Have you ever asked yourself, why am I not ranking up? Why am I stuck in the level that I'm at? Why can't I win any ranked games? Here's your answer. I'm going to walk through some pro tips and tricks on how to win ranked games, how to go about playing ranked, and hopefully you find it helpful. I'm going to link all our past tutorials in the bio in the description of this video. And if you haven't seen those, I am doing tutorials on a lot of things in Apex Legends. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're new here, my name is WTF Bear 52. I am a top 25 Bangalore main. I have over 34,000 kills. Me, my teammates, Kian and Swervesies were the first Preds. This split, we were 1, 2, and 3. We did it in under 40 games in under 21 hours. So we wanted to make a video to make sure that people who are out there who want to learn how to rank up have a guide, have some tips. I'm going to go through some general tips and some technical tips on how to rank up in Apex Legends. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Stream about 5 times a week. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, the description is below. On Instagram, Twitter, anywhere, TikTok, I will be linking in the description below. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys find it helpful. We'll get into it right now. So I'm trying a new format, and I just wanted to point out some general tips and some technical tips. Some general tips to win some more ranked games. Have a pre-made squad. That's the best that you can do. If you don't, I know duo queuing, solo queuing is not the best, but it's still doable. Communication is key. If you're solo queuing, duo queuing, make sure you are in the game chat. Don't be in a party. Make sure you're communicating, even if they're with randoms. If you do have a pre-made squad, definitely communicate. Communicate hit points, what shields they have, where they're at, if you're looting, if you're not with the team, how far away you're from the team. Those are things that you need to communicate with your team. Don't stay in a fight too long. That means if you're in a fight for more than like a minute, I would say you guys need to get out, reposition, take another fight later down the road in the game. Make sure your team agrees on a playstyle. This is huge. You want to make sure that your team agrees, whether you're passive or aggressive in certain situations. You guys all have to agree on a playstyle. And to get into some technical tips, pick a drop location and be great looting at it. So you need to pick a location that you guys can all figure out where to loot and loot it really quick. So each person picks a location and loot it and get all the loot you need from that location as soon as possible, and rotate or fight the team that landed on you. Make your rotations in a ring early. You don't want to be gate kept. That's the easiest way to get killed. If you don't make a rotation into ring early, is getting gate kept from another team. Positioning is #1 priority. We're going to get into this a lot. Positioning is key in early fights, late fights, and circles. It's key. Get into early fights so you don't have to worry about your points. That is, important, because you don't want to worry about your points later down the road. Get into early fights. Get some loot. You don't want to be with white shields in the end circle. And to start it off, we're going to walk through a game where this is a very technically sound game. We landed early. We got into an early fight. We used Pathfinder's ability to scope out the next circle, and we really made the choice to, rotate and take the fights that we did, and you'll kind of see how we communicated that. I'm going to be doing the voiceover because I think this is going to be really, really helpful for everybody to just hear my thoughts and hear kind of what we're going through in these scenarios. So, we always choose Thunderdome. We land Thunderdome. This is the place. I land on this side. Kian lands on the top, and Swervesies lands on the bottom of the north side of Thunderdome. We saw a team that landed in Gauntlet. We wanted to rotate early because we obviously are really good at looting Thunderdome. We got some good loot. We felt good about our guns. We felt good to fight. Obviously, I'm communicating that this person had white shields, so we're full sending this. I cracked them. We downed one, so this is a fight that we can easily win. And sure enough, we're communicating. We're telling each other, hey, I got one down. Kian got the other one. Swervesies got the other one. And, sure enough, we won the fight. And in this case, there was another team that landed airbase, so I knew I heard a team coming from airbase, and I'm talking to Kian and Swervesies right now saying, hey, I hear somebody. Hey, I hear somebody near me. I got to loot quickly and then rotate back to the team so that they are not that far away from me. Because in this position, if the team were to aid me when I'm looting that box, I'm out of position, and my team would be at a disadvantage if I died. So in this case, Swordsy actually lets me know after I hit 54 shots on the Gibby, I'm telling them where the Gibby is, how many hit points I gave him. Swordsy's ended up getting him 1 shot, so I full sent this because I knew I could win this one-on-one fight, especially as he's healing. He just got a battery off, so he doesn't have raw HP left, so I feel comfortable, while Kian and Swordsy's are fighting the other team member. Here, I'm downing him and looting him quickly. Because, you know, I swapped my shield, even though I'm going purple to blue. If I needed to get into another fight right there, I could easily get back into the fight instead of worrying about healing my purple body. So I looted the blue body quick and tried to get back into my team in case there was another person. But in this case, they ended up killing the whole team, and there was no need for me to go back into the fight. And as we mentioned before, one of the technical tips is get into early fights and so that you don't worry about your points late in the game. As you can see, we have 3 points just off of the 2 fights that we took early in this game. We rotated from Thunderdome to Gauntlet really early. There's still about 10 teams left in this situation. We hit the beacon with Pathfinder, so we knew exactly where the ring position was going to be. We had great position in airbase. We see a team here that's threatening our position, and so we got some shots on them. Kian actually downed this person, so we actually sent this, but as play smart. So one of the big things that you could do is play really smart. In this situation, you could get really aggressive here because we did down one, and so that means that they're trying to heal. We're at an advantage. We're fully healed. We have purples. We feel good, but we have points, and we got to think about, hey, is this a smart fight? Especially because they have a caustic. We can't really push into this fight the way that we want to. So we go back into the portal and say, hey, we're just going to be in position in airbase. We have our points. There's no need to fight this. So we go back. We fight a different team because we're also getting challenged from our south side. And we end up being able to kill this team pretty easily. When you down one thing that we always do, if we down one, we full send. If it's 3 of us up and they only have 2, we have to commit. And we agreed on that playstyle, and that's another tip that we touched on earlier. We agreed on the playstyle, right? That if we down one, we're sending it. And we trust each other that we can handle our fights. If it's 1v1 or 2v1, we trust that we're all going to be able to kill the necessary enemy. After killing this team, the first thing we think about is positioning. We said, okay, we killed this team, we looted up, got our loot that we needed, and we said, hey, let's hit this beacon. Let's figure out where the next ring is going to be closer to end game. So this is really, really important. Right, there's 3 squads left. You got to think about prioritizing positioning. We're getting focused on by a team to our north, and we need to fight this team because the other 2 teams are already shooting shots inside the little village outside of airbase. And so we say, okay, hey, Swordsy's down one with the Kraber, got a great shot. So we say we're gonna full send. We're not sure how many people are on the team, but at least we have one down. Fortunately, there was only 2 people on this team. We got them out of the game. Only 2 squads left. We loot really quick, and we have to get back to our position because the other teams could potentially take our position. So we don't loot that much. Make sure there's nobody over there. We zip back, and we sit here and wait for them to make a move. And so they're coming out of ring, and we have great position for end ring. And this is so important, and it's a great passive that Path has, and he's a great addition to any team. He's great to move, got great mobility, and he helps with positioning. He's not a must on a team, but he definitely helps with some of these technical tips that we have been covering. In this situation, he set a zip so I could get back up top. I wanted to thirst this person because that means 1 less person on a team, 2v3, winnable. Once we figure out, okay, the team is coming from the northeast, we got to focus on them. We stay in our position. We know where the ring's going to end. We have the best position out of any teams. And the one thing that I want to point out here, there is a team that's going to come, or one person that's going to come from my right side, from behind me. Not exactly sure how this Wraith got up here, but she ends up downing me. Luckily, she didn't have her teammates with her, and she slides down. But in this situation, what you want to do is anytime, and really this is something we agree upon, anytime we go down, we hit the res immediately. If we feel that it's safe, and it's our best judgment, it's our call individually to hit the res, you got to hit it immediately. The longer you wait, the less chance you have to revive your teammates. It's something that I want to point out. A lot of people hesitate, but you can't hesitate in rank. You got to either do it or don't do it. A lot of the times we just end up doing it and punching it and seeing what happens, and it usually works out. And I just wanted to point that out. And in this situation, only one squad left. We have great high ground. There is a caustic under us. We know that because we start seeing the caustic gas coming out. They start having to come out of their position. They can no longer be inside because the ring's closing. We end up downing this caustic, and then the Pathfinder goes up. And in this situation, it's 3v2, right? Like sometimes you just have to throw your body at something. So in this situation, I end up going up towards the Pathfinder because I know that my teammate, especially Kian, whose path can zip up there, and Swervesies will eventually get up there. I throw my ult just to be safe. I full send. I end up dying here, but that's okay because I trust my teammates that they're gonna get the kill. As long as we win, it doesn't matter if I die or not. As long as we get the kill and the win. And in that situation, so that game was really important. It's really technical. We got our drop in Thunderdome, looted quickly, rotated early, got the points early from Gauntlet, made positioning key, and we didn't stay in a fight too long. I wanted to also cover this game where we play a little bit more aggressive. We landed Gauntlet, rotated to Thunderdome, similar style, right? We played with Machin, who's #1 crypto on Xbox. He loves to land Gauntlet, so we agreed we'd land Gauntlet, loot it. So we got used to looting that area. So we rotated out early, got some early points. But in this situation, we actually were playing a little more aggressive. Crypto's actually if you need to add a type of player, add a Crypto, like especially as a support character. If you have a teammate who's willing to play Crypto, he's really good to disable some abilities like Gibby's Dome Shields, push teams like we just did in this situation. I threw my old EMP'd with this drone, and we were able to push this team, no problem, no hesitations. We're all aggressive players, so we agreed that the playstyle will be aggressive in this game. And again, in this situation, Kian has high ground. He's pointing them out. He's constantly talking to me and Machin in this situation. I get a kill here, and I'm calling it out. Hey, I punched him down. There's one more inside. Turn around. I'm able to get this kill, and we all, this game, we ended up all getting 9 or more kills, and we got 30 kills as a squad. And it just shows you that you can play aggressive, but you need the correct comp of legends and also teammates that you trust and fully trust that they will be there. In this situation here, we're fighting a team long distance, and we agree, hey, we're going to go EMP them. And we're gonna push. So he EMPs. They're healing up. Kian is set a zip. He's in there. I'm pushing behind him. And in this instance, we ended up getting some good damage on this team, but we ended up getting third-partied. And so unfortunately, two of us go down. So Machin and Kian go down. And I just want to point out here, too, that you have to play smart. So if your teammates are going down and you feel that the fight is not going in your favor, give your team a chance. So I gave my team a chance. I didn't push because I saw Machin go down. And I know Kian is figuring out, how to get back up there. But we end up getting third party, and he goes down too. I try to give Machin some smoke. He's crawling away. Kian goes down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go reposition. Going to see what happens with this next team. I wait for Machin to crawl over. I don't want to hit that res that close because they can come and kill us. And so I wait for Machin to crawl over here and get the res on him. In this situation, we ended up recovering Kian's banner after I got Machin up. In this situation, we're thinking about resing Kian. I know it might be a daunting task to try to res in the middle of a lot of teams being in the area. We were able to kill this Revenant, but we knew because there were teams in the area, they would be a little distracted. And again, you cannot hesitate when it comes to resing or reviving a teammate. If you hesitate, it's not going to happen. And in this situation, we ended up getting him back. There were some loot boxes that he could take, so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to get him there. and we needed him for the end game fight, right? It's better to have 3 people than 2 people. There's people sending us because we're obviously downhill. People have better position than us. So even though we don't have, we didn't prioritize positioning in this game as much as we did the last game that you guys just saw, we are able to push up here. So one of the things that's good with Bangalore is throwing her ult and repositioning with it. So people get scared of her ult enough that they go inside and they don't want to get hurt or ticked by the ult. And so we're able to take a little bit of high ground here instead of us being low ground, because again, positioning is very important. And so we knew we had to get high ground and we couldn't stay underneath where we were. Again, here, matching goes down. We res right away. We get him back into the fight because we need him. If we hesitate here, he doesn't get back up and we're down a man, and who knows if we win this game or not. Here, there's people coming uphill, so they were now in the position that we were in before. Fortunately, we got high ground, and now there's 2 teams coming up from the low ground, and we're able to take them out as they're going up, and we go headed into end game feeling good. It gets a little chaotic, but we're constantly communicating. Hey, I'm healing, I'm popping a battery, I'm popping a syringe. I'm not fighting, I'm moving, I'm moving right. I see a Pathfinder, start shooting, got him down, letting them know who I'm fighting. Matching again is also communicating to me who he's fighting. Kian is doing the same. I tell him, hey, no shield on this person. So Kian starts, full sending a little bit. Matching comes up behind them. We're able to just communicate very clearly. We have the position in the ring here. So we ended up actually taking position from this team, and we were able to close it out, have a huge game. We worked together, communicated off a drop. Again, you can play aggressive, but you guys all have to agree to play aggressive. You can play passive and still win games. You don't have to play one way or another. I hope this has helped. I hope this tutorial has helped a lot. I really appreciate you guys watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week on another tutorial for Apex Legends. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Have a good night. See you.